Hello on this bright winter's morning, and a warm welcome to the Great Central Railway's Winter Steam Gala 2026. We arrive at Loughborough, and already waiting for her next service is BR Standard 5 73156. And before we've even got in the ticket queue, another standard, this time a Class 2 78019, departs for Leicester North. We walk through the ticket hall and down the stairs to the central platform and are transported back in time to the 1950s and the heyday of British railways. The excitement builds as the previously resting 73156 draws into the outer loop, whilst guest locomotive 92134 backs down the platform. Seven 156 couples up to the wind cutter set, a demonstration freight train made up of 16-ton mineral wagons that were a common sight on this line in the 1950s. At the other end of the rake of wagons, the Austerity 060 68067 is leaving the train, and Derby lightweight railcar Iris draws onto the platform for the 1105 departure. M79900 is a driving motor brake second and part of the very first generation of diesel multiple units. Built at BR's Derby Works from 1954 to 1956, these units were built in various formations, but Iris is one of only 2 single car units ever built, and currently the only Derby lightweight restored to working condition. We mentioned guest locomotive 92134. But as you can plainly see here, she's been disguised as 92043 for this year's Winter Gala. 92043 spent much of her life working freight here on the Great Central, being allocated to Annesley Shed just north of Nottingham. Annesley was closed in January 1966 and 60 years to the week of this year's Winter Steam Gala. Another rush of excitement and steam as Standard 573156 gets the wind cutter set underway. A few moments wait for the goods to clear the section, and the 9F gets the signal to reverse out of the station throat to await the arrival of its next departure to Leicester. GCR Home Fleet Austerity 68067 simmers on the outer loop as she awaits her next service. This is one of two Austerity saddle tanks at the Gala today, but this is the more standard of the pair. The Hunslet design shunting engine was modified by Robert Riddles for the War Department of British Railways to become its standard shunter, and to meet demand in the pre-war years, this one was completed in 1943 by Hudswell Clark as WD 75091. There's a short break in proceedings as the inbound service from Leicester is delayed, so we can take a few moments to enjoy some of the features of Loughborough Central Station. But it's not long before the silhouette of visiting Bullied spam can trundles into Platform 2. Number 34072 Battle of Britain Class 257 Squadron is a classic example of Oliver Bullied's three-cylinder Light Pacific. Apart from the air-smooth casing giving the can-like shape, of particular note is the Firth brown disc wheels, in contrast to the more popular spoke-type castings used in the majority of designs running on British railways. The Bullied disconnected from the train at the northern end, whilst the 9F coupled up to the front, and we boarded for the journey all the way to Leicester North. The Great Central Railway Heritage Main Line runs double track from Loughborough, stopping first at Quorn and Woodhouse, and a few miles further south, again at Rothley. Just south of the station, past the sheds and sidings, the line diverges to a single track for about 3 miles to Leicester North. Built close to the site of the former Belgrave and Birstall station, this is the southern terminus, and so we could watch the 9F run around its train, ready to take us back north to Rothley. We got off the train at Rothley and made our way to the road bridge to watch the spectacular sight of the 9F departing up the slight grade. Rothley Station has been restored to its 1912 appearance, so a locomotive and coaching stock built in the 1950s isn't quite period appropriate, but the gas lamps and welcoming coal fire in the waiting room certainly is. The signal cabin, originally located on the Great Central Line near Wembley, has also been fully restored, and slightly later additions are the model railway and the goods shed, which has been converted to a cafe. Next into Rothley was 34072 257 Squadron, with a fresh round of coal on the fire judging by the black smoke. And there she goes, departing with the light rhythm of a three-cylinder engine. Our next station hop north was on the Derby Lightweight, which we took to Quorn and Woodhouse, where we barely had time to disembark before the modified Great Western Hall class 6990 Witherslack Hall rolled into the southbound platform with a rake of blood and custard liveried Mark I coaches in tow. And in contrast with the 3-cylinder Bullied, the Hawksworth designed 2-cylinder barked rhythmically as she set off. Time for a quick sandwich in the Butler Henderson Cafe at Quorn as the Home Fleet Austerity rolls by with a rake of tankers bound for Loughborough. Quorn and Woodhouse Station, like most of the intermediate stations of the Great Central London extension, is of a centre platform design. The heritage Great Central Railway has themed this station in the 1940s, and there are many reminders of the need to support the war effort. There's a buzz around the station as a whistle is heard. Oh, hello. Could this be the timetabled southbound double-headed express? The Greiser paparazzi jostle to get the best position for the spectacle as the guest Austerity races northbound with the windcutters. But it turns out the southbound service is just the 9F with a tanker set. Next up on platform 2, it's Witherslack Hall on a return northbound working. "73156 is piloting 257 Squadron, but the Bullied doesn't seem to be making much effort, and the train rumbles through unimpressively. Quite the disappointment." Another of Robert Riddle's standard designs arrives at platform 2. This one is a BR Class 2, number 78019, with the 1411 service to Loughborough. We board this train, and for the first time today, I'm able to get a window to myself, and able to record the entire 6.5-minute journey into Loughborough. But I'm sure you'll be delighted to hear I've speeded it up for you. As we pull into platform 2, over on platform 1, the Austerities are coupling up to double head the 1430 southbound. The pilot engine, 68067, we met earlier, but the second of the pair is guest engine works number 3809, in NCB green livery where it started its working life as number 18 Wellesley Colliery in Scotland. Around 70 of these buckets have been preserved, and in addition to these two, we've filmed several examples on this channel, but this is the only one we've filmed that sports the Giesel ejector chimney and blast pipe. Using a fan-shaped diffuser improves suction draft through the fire, produces around an 8% saving in coal and around a 20% increase in power output. Number 18's safety valves blow off as the boiler pressure exceeds the 170 pounds per square inch working pressure of the boiler. Now I love me a big steam engine, but you can't deny a departing brace of Austerities can make for a very impressive and noisy exit. No sooner had the Austerities cleared the station throat and 6990 crept up on the platform. And once she got a signal, headed off to back down on her next departure from the loop line on platform 2. It's non-stop on gala days, and as soon as 6990 was clear, 78019 replaced her, again with the intention of backing down on her next departure from platform 1. As the fireman stoops to feed the infamously low fire hole of almost all Great Western engines, the modified hull prepares for departure as 78019 backs down on platform 1. The hull starts away very gently with the wind cutters, taking the slack out of all the loose couplings and stretching the wagons out before opening her up as the full weight of the train comes on. .78019 is a standard class 2. Just like the other standards we've seen today, the 9F and the 5, they were all designed by Robert Riddles for British Railways. Trying to reduce maintenance costs and logistical complexity, all the designs shared certain features, whilst each class took best-in-class features from its regional predecessors. The Class 2 very much been based around the LMS Light Mixed Traffic 260 Mogul designed by Henry Ivett. The GCR has a pair of standard 2s, and sister 78018 draws into the loop with the tanks. It's worth noting that whilst this video is edited, the intensity of the operations at GCR Gala events has to be experienced to be believed. For this last sequence at Loughborough, the camera was running almost continuously, as it was one locomotive movement after another. If you haven't been to a GCR Gala before, I'd recommend attending if you can. It's an unforgettable experience. So it just remains for me to say, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.